All right, guys, we are in San Diego, California. I actually used to live here 17 years ago. We're here to interview the one and only David Leddick with JunkMD. What's really cool is he's like super into fitness now. So we're going to talk about not just business, we're going to talk about Autopilot, but we're going to talk a little bit about fitness. So it should be a fun day. Alright guys, I've been promising David that I was going to lose weight and get really in shape, and I haven't done it yet because I've been working so hard. It will happen, but what we're going to do, let's see if he says anything. I'm going to like suck in and try to look a little ripped and see if he it's like, okay Andrew, I know you're puffing your chest, or if he'll be like, hey Andrew, you've been doing good. Okay, does that look a little kind of natural? Let's go. Let's see if he falls for it, guys. Oh, Dave! How you doing? Long time no see.
Long time no see.
I'm filming, by the way, but don't worry. What's up, man?
How's it going, bro?
Good. How do I look?
Good to see you. You're looking, you know.
I'm sucking in really hard right now.
So you know how you get the federal tax incentives if you buy a new piece of equipment?
Section 171.
Yeah. So instead of buying a truck, we bought a van. So
nice.
Technically it's a JunkMD van.
Yeah.
Which actually has like junk in it right now.
Yeah.
Because I do use it for jobs. But we have cabinets built out. Like it's camper.
Is it working now?
Yeah.
Like, what the? Didn't expect this.
Yeah. So this thing right here. So you put a piece of plywood down that fits right here, and then your mattress.
Yeah. Wait. So this is all working in the induction stove?
Yeah.
This running water?
No, we don't have the water or the propane hooked up.
Okay, but it would work.
Yeah. If we like took it to the next level.
This is
unfortunately, as you see, I started doing jobs in this thing, so it's like
wait. So how much did this cost to do the interior?
I think the Metsi's coming out, but I think it was like 25K.
Dang.
He would do it honestly.
No, I mean it's cool, but
if I would do it over again, I wouldn't have hired the guy.
Yeah,
but it was a question of time.
Yeah.
And I was working all the time. I didn't have the time.
So, babe, you remember before we had our son? Wanted to do van life, you remember? We were kind of considering because it was all the rage on YouTube.
Yeah.
Remember all that?
Well, dude, after COVID, it was huge.
Yeah. Oh, no.
These things were going for
100.
We could have flipped it and made probably 30-40K. And honestly, we're like, just have like something in case we need to bug out.
Yeah. In case the COVID comes and gets us.
In case the people that are running the show come to get us.
The FLU is going to get us. Just kidding. I don't want to be too controversial here. I'll lose subscribers.
Yeah. So yeah, this is our little office.
Nice. Heck yeah, man.
Yeah, dude, me and my buddy went in on a cow.
Oh, shit.
Nice.
Whoa. All right. Is this all like the grass-fed, grass-finished, the healthy stuff?
Yeah. So, yes, Diego.
So Chris, Joey, Diego, I met you. How do you guys like working for this guy? Is he okay?
Oh, boy. Cool? You guys can go in there and say.
Does he push you onto his helper? You guys do the ice bath with him yet?
No.
You do 50 pull-ups a day?
No, not at all. Dude, Chris had a huge transformation. How much weight did you lose?
Maybe like 60 pounds.
Yeah. Oh, shit. That's a lot.
More.
Yeah.
Damn.
You got to get on his program, bro.
Oh, I'm about to get rid of this, man. Trust me. But yeah, all right, cool. Thank you, guys.
So let me just tell you guys real quick. So he started a junk removal business during COVID in Los Angeles, and then recently sold his business, and now basically he's the developer, the founder of a company called Autopilot.
So you guys are using House Call Pro. So I'm trying to build a better House Call Pro. So software, you guys have probably heard, is like $1 billion industry, right? So I have a background in software.
Okay.
I was frustrated with House Call Pro, and I convinced this guy to invest in the software. So yeah,
I'm an investor, just not a user.
He will be soon. He will be soon. So I don't think you have a week view on House Call Pro where you can see all your jobs for the week, right? It's just for the day.
If you're on the desktop.
But I'm talking about the mobile app.
No.
Yeah. You hear that, guys? So here's day view, but we can go to week view. And I'm just going to go to 10 a.m. and I'm going to just type in James. I'm not going to put his real last name. I'm just going to put James Test. Boom. So now I'm just going to, good old lead source, job tags, job type. I'm just going to, you can attach your employees. But for now, just to simplicity, just so I can show you what I want to show you, we'll just add that job. Okay. So now let's go back to our schedule. That's our week view. Let's go to the next one. 9 a.m. for this one?
You can do 11 to 1.
11 to 1?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll just throw in the 12 o'clock block.
This is a proper management job. It's empty, so we can go anytime.
So make key. So it's the same process of adding, schedule, and then private notes, of course, like very similar, lead source, create job. Okay. And it actually will send out the same text message. It's customizable, but I didn't put a phone number, so no text. And then if you look at my schedule now, you'll have your week view, which is really cool because I was always frustrated with House Call Pro that you couldn't see. So if I had like a whole bunch of jobs on one day and then another job, all these jobs throughout the week, I'd see the entire week, which seems like pretty standard.
Right.
Like that'd be cool if you can see your week view and not have to go to the computer.
Let's say we had like 10 jobs on the schedule.
Let me actually show you a customer really quick.
That's all today?
This is a week ago. So this was the 28th, the 29th, the 30th, the 31st, and the 1st.
Yeah.
So kind of cool. You can see your schedule for the week, right?
Yeah.
You hear that, guys? Switch to autopilot. We got week view.
Yeah.
So it sounds like he just locked in a job just right now. But let's ask Dave a question. What software are you going to punch that into right now, huh?
Oh, I'm gonna punch it into autopilot.
Yeah. No, he's still on House Call Pro, but we're going to get him on autopilot by hopefully January. I don't want a smooth running operation to jump in to beta software. So we'll be out of beta by January. But anyways, man. So you ready to jump on the truck?
Let's do it.
Is there potentially anything that I can lift up? Or are we just doing estimates?
No, we're gonna do it. We're gonna get you working.
Okay.
Jacked up. You can lift some furniture, bro.
Yeah, let's do it.
Show you how JunkMD does it.
All right. So I'm gonna go party with the junk doctor. I'll see you guys in the. Are we taking the Isuzu? One of the Isuzus?
Oh yeah.
All right. I haven't been in one of these since Nashville, Tennessee. I am here officially now with Mr. Dave Leddick himself with JunkMD.
Officially with coffee.
Yeah. Let me get my coffee. So I am actually, we'll get into the health stuff later, but I am attempting to fast because he fasts, I think, every day.
Probably most days.
And we're going to dive deep into the health stuff. We'll see how far we get into it because I do have a lot of questions about it. But yeah, man. Dave,
yes,
it's good to have you. Thanks for having me.
I'm glad you're here, man.
Yeah, we've been trying to do this for a hot minute, I feel like. I've been like saying, hey, I want to come interview you. Hey, but I'm not going to lie. LA is it's a little bit of more of a distance than I expected.
Yeah.
With traffic and whatnot.
Yeah, I have a sister in LA. I have a really good friend in LA, and it's hard to get up there, man.
It's a journey.
Yeah, we're all in our bubbles anyways.
Yeah, and it's really like that in LA. Like, hello, this is Andrew. So I'm in the middle of interviewing a junk removal business owner down in San Diego, a good friend of mine. Is it cool if I talk to you tomorrow? Because I'm going to be tied up all day. Awesome. As soon as we're parked, I'll send you the link to download the app, okay? Right on. Thank you, man. But yeah, it's Autopilot Home Services in the App Store, but I'll send you the link as well. Cool. All right, bye-bye. Yeah, just do it. Autopilot. Yeah, man.
That's awesome.
Hey, every time I get a customer, it helps you too.
Yeah.
We'll see how much that investment turns into one day.
That's the plan, bro.
Before we get into the why did you start junk removal, how long, into the basic stuff, don't worry, viewers, we'll get there. We're going to do something interesting today. We're going to do a little something different today. I'm going to try to not only interview and learn about Dave, but also show him Autopilot because he's an investor. So hopefully you guys can see a little bit of Autopilot, learn a little bit about Autopilot. But more importantly, this is an interview of Dave. And then we're going to make me sweat. Hopefully. I think we're going to get me on the...
We'll get you sweating.
Yeah, so I sold my company a year and a half ago. I was already off the truck for a year and a half. We're talking 3 years ago. That's why I gained a little bit of weight. I've been sitting on a computer, eating like a pig. Anyways, Dave, where are we off right now? Where are we going?
So right now we're going to go get the truck empty, head to the Miramar landfill and get empty. And then we're going to go up to Poway. We got an estimate. Guy hit me up a couple days ago. He's got a bunch of furniture he's looking to get rid of. So we'll go take a look at that, give him a bid, and then might have booked the same day. I'm not sure if we're going to do that or have the team do that. And then there's also an office clean out for a property management company that we work with that we're going to go with.
Awesome.
Started on.
All right, guys. So, yeah, how we're going to rock this is, Dave, I'm just going to ask you questions. We're just going to chit-chat and just get to know JunkMD, and, yeah,
Sweet.
That's it. So,
You know what's funny, though, dude, is that by the time I drank this whole coffee, my tone will probably change. Like, my brain will be fucking pumped. I'll
so
be
in a good way? Yeah, hell yeah.
I'll be on my
You'll be
caffeine high.
cracked out.
Yeah.
I guess first question, man, the most obvious question. Tell us who you are, where you're located, what your company is, for all the people who don't know who you are.
So my name is Dave Leddick, out here in San Diego, beautiful San Diego, California. I own, along with my partner in Clemencia, we own JunkMD. We've been partners for, I think, 7 years in the business. 6, 7 years. I've owned it for 13 years.
Oh, okay. Wow. Hey, guys, if you check him out online, I think did you crack 13, was it 1,000 reviews or 1,300?
We're over 13.
Yeah, I think the last time I checked, 1,300 reviews. I used to live in San Diego. Honestly, way better than LA.
Yeah.
LA is a little crazy. There is one thing that's really cool about LA, though, is it is so multicultural. You have all these different pockets, like where the Armenians are, where the Koreans are, Chinatown, Koreatown, all these interesting pockets of amazing food, you know?
Like a true city.
Yeah, it's just so multicultural. It's insane out there. But San Diego, I lived here. It's my first place I ever moved to was San Diego. So I haven't been here in a minute, so this is really cool. I did cruise through here, though, to get my teeth done.
Oh, yeah. How'd that go?
Good.
Nice.
Went to Mexico to get my teeth done. I gotta ask, 13 years ago, I mean, there wasn't YouTubers talking about junk. There might have been one.
There was two.
Two. I bet I know one of them. Who? Go ahead.
Well, it was Junk Guys.
Junk Guys.
And Tim Doss.
Tim Doss. I feel like I recognize that name.
Yeah, he was like one of the originals. I forget the name of his channel. He's in Vegas, and I think he's out of junk removal now, man. He pops up in the group sometimes, but he had a YouTube channel too.
And he was like
a gentleman from Jobs, yeah.
Yeah.
And he was like a box truck guy.
Yeah.
And then Ricardo.
Ricardo.
What's the other?
Ricardo. Yeah, interesting character.
But it wasn't like I came upon those style of videos after getting into junk removal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it wasn't where you went online and were like, how to make money on junk removal. Honestly, I didn't even know it existed.
Right.
And I heard a commercial for 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Uh-huh.
They had a webinar, like a teleseminar webinar, that you could call into, and it was about, they were looking for franchisees.
Oh, got it.
And
okay.
So that was what the webinar was. Like how to...
So it was selling to business people to join them, yeah.
Exactly. Selling entrepreneurs about becoming a franchise.
Did you go to it? Did you?
No, so I listened to it. You schedule a time, whatever, you get on the webinar, and I listened to it, because I was a mover for a long time. And I had a moving business. I had sold my moving business. And so I was like looking for something, you know?
Uh-huh.
I cleaned up my life a lot, man. I was a mover, and then at 28, I started my moving business.
I was just about to ask, did you start as like a mover?
Yeah, I worked as a mover from like 18 to 28.
Holy.
Yeah.
10 years?
Yeah, on and off, you
Wow.
know. And then I became a contractor. So basically like how United Van Lines and Mayflower, all the big moving agencies, is the majority of them hire contractors to do the work. So basically, like, you know, you buy your own equipment, you hire your own guys, you know, you pay the payroll, the workers' comp, you have all the liability. But one beneficial thing is they get you all the jobs, but they take a big cut.
Yeah.
That's how I got my start. That was my first like real business. I drove around in a 16-foot box truck for 2 years. That was my main vehicle. We actually had like a 16-foot. I bought an $8,000 used Ryder truck, and that's what I used as my subcontracting business.
And it was still just moving at that point.
Yeah, moving it. We did a lot of packing for military. So basically, you go in, they're moving somebody to, you know, wherever, New York or Japan.
16 foot.
And pack everything up in boxes, wrap all their stuff. They're going overseas. So yeah, that was my main vehicle for like 2 years because I had no money.
Wow, from 18 to 28.
Yeah.
And then at 28, you kind of switched to the contractor side of thing.
Right.
And that's where, is that where the kind of like the entrepreneur mindset kind of clicked for you? And you're like, I want to do shit myself?
Yeah, I hated the guys that I worked for. Like hated them. I was a very different person back then. I was partying a lot.
Oh yeah.
So I was a very toxic person as well. But the people I worked for they weren't honest with your money. You were always like fighting to just get paid what you had for the work you had done.
Yep.
You know what I mean? They would talk shit behind you. It was just so toxic, dude.
When you say, was it the employees that worked in the company, or you talking about the employers?
The employers.
Okay, so the business owners were just kind of shitty people.
Yeah, shady. The movie business is a very shady business, and you deal with a lot of unethical people.
Really?
Yeah.
You know something? I've heard other moving company, like I talked to a lot of people on my YouTube channel, not just junk removal people.
Yeah.
I've heard multiple people say the same thing in different states.
Yeah.
So
very unethical. And I mean, they're good people. Don't get me wrong. It's not like everybody. I learned a lot. I learned a ton. I learned a lot about the boss and how I wouldn't want to be.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, because you were the person you didn't want to be at the time.
Dude, like moving, honestly, doing moves, household moves, is way harder than me.
Oh.
Like, at the end of the day, if you would still have to then fight for the money, you know what I mean? It was like, I couldn't wrap my head around this. Busting my ass 6 days a week, hard-ass labor, and you're trying to, like, short me on my chin.
So, you know, an experience I had with a couple movie jobs, tell me, I want to go on a quick tangent, then back to questions about your transition from moving, but I did a couple moving jobs, right? Because when you first start your junk removal company, you can kind of take anything you can get.
Yeah.
The moving jobs were always the hardest, not just because they were hard when you had to like wrap things and be extra careful, and if you dink something, they'll get pissed off.
Yeah.
But I always noticed that the customers were always stressed because they're moving.
Yeah.
And at junk removal, it's almost like they're relieved.
Yes.
So, did you have that experience too, or was it just those? Because I did a few jobs, but it always seemed like moving people, they were just stressed because of moving.
Yeah,
but at junk removal, I got bigger tips than the moving tips because they just seem to be more grateful that you're giving them space back. Or
yeah, definitely. It's a whole like psychological thing. I mean, you think
moving stressful.
Moving is one of, they say, moving is one of like the top 3 biggest stressors in your life. And so when you think about that, you know, there's so many reasons why a person could be moving. I remember a time showing up, and I was in my early 20s, and we had a big job, dude. We show up, there's like 5 of us. We knock on the front door, this is to do a move, a local move. And the lady opens the door, and she looks at us and just starts bawling. And it turned out she was going through, I guess, a pretty bad divorce. And, you know, kids and stuff. And was like forced to move.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, junk removal, the majority of the time, even if it's a sad situation like death in the family or something, people feel relieved that you're providing a service of getting rid of stuff that they, for whatever reason, they can't handle, they don't want to handle, you know? So,
exactly.
I think I've noticed a huge difference. And it's way more of an enjoyable experience in business, that's for sure.
Yeah,
These days that are lame, like, you know, we did a dumpster clean out yesterday. My guys called me like quarter down. The guy who filled it up was like a pigeon. I don't know what they're called. He filled it up with dead pigeons, bro.
Oh,
like
shit.
Pigeon shit.
Oh.
So they call me and they're like you're
like actual dead pigeons? Damn.
I'll show you pictures later. I'm like, yeah, okay, like let's
Can you
take off?
Can you dump dead pigeons?
You're not supposed to.
Yeah, I've never come across any carcasses that I've had to like roadkill or dead pigeons.
And it was in the recycling container too.
Oh,
not even in the trash.
Damn,
So
that's
the waste management company, they wouldn't take it, you know. And then the truck smells really bad.
oh god, yeah. Before we go off too much in a tangent, I want to backtrack. So you did the moving thing. How long did you do your moving company before you, I don't know, quit, sold, whatever you did? How long did that journey last?
I did that until I was 38 years old.
So from 28 to 38.
So 28 to 38, I was a moving contractor for United Van Lines.
By the way,
Yeah.
sorry to interrupt. I'm 38. I just turned 38, so
Okay.
all right, let's go.
And at the biggest, I had 5 moving trucks.
You had 5 moving trucks?
3 bobtails, 24-foot bobtails,
5 trucks, and what did you say, 3 what?
30 guys.
Wait, your moving company?
Yeah.
Wait, it sounds like you were killing it in the moving industry.
But it was, sounds like it. Perception is you have 5 trucks and you have 30 guys on your crew and you're killing it.
Yeah.
But it was 7 days a week, 24 hours, like guys calling in all the time.
Uh-huh.
Dude, guys would do the craziest things. It was just a constant, it was the most stressful. I hated it.
It was-
I honestly, I hated it. I had no money management skills. I was like, the bigger I got, it seemed like the less money I had.
Yeah.
And I wasn't saving money, dude. And I quit partying, but when I was partying up until like my early 30s, like 32, 33, before I actually quit, it was, you know, as much money as I could take in. It was as much money as I would.
Guys, we're at the landfill right now. I'm like, I'm excited.
Good times,
Um,
good times.
It's funny because I actually am getting like butterflies in my stomach because I haven't been here since Nashville, which is a few months ago. I did another interview with Carson. Yeah, it gets me excited. So right now, guys, we're on the scale. Let's see, what is the cost down here? I see per cubic yard. I'm not seeing by weight. Oh, there it is. Give or take $100 a ton here. All right. A little pricey.
It is.
It's a little pricey.
They just keep raising it.
Yeah, LA's up in that price bracket too. All right, guys. I'd show you guys this, but there's private info on here, but it is 1.36 tons and $132. All
We
right.
raise our rates, dude.
Yeah, what are your full load rates? What's your full load?
$7.99.
Oh, man, it's time. Do you know the current rate of Got Junk right now?
They're probably close to 1,000.
You know, I'm not here to tell you how to run your business, but
Yeah.
bro, you should absolutely be what they charge.
Well, strategically, we wanted to keep our minimum in our full load rate more affordable, and then our quarter load is $329, our half load is $526, and our 3/4 load, I forget what it is, like $679 or something like that. But we kind of wanted to keep, that's like our sweet spot area.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then we feel like it's a little bit of a competitive advantage. Our full load around $7.99, but with the raising of the rates at the landfill, because
Yeah.
they just raised them in July, we're seeing it. We do a really good job though of utilizing the scrapyard. We got a great relationship with the scrapyard guy. He lives in Mexico, so we're like always giving him stuff to bring out there.
I forgot you guys are so close to the Mexico border. I was like, wait, what do you mean in Mexico?
Yeah, so he lives
How
in
far
Mexico.
how far from the border are we?
It's like 30 minutes.
30 minutes, yeah, for Tijuana.
And then we donate a lot of stuff. So, and then I do have a guy that also, he comes up from Mexico, and if we have decent furniture, he'll just come up and like, it's great. It's some days in the morning, I'll like, send him photos. Trucks parked, loaded with good furniture, showing the next truck's empty.
Really?
Yeah, it is a nice advantage to have the borders.
Yeah.
People down there, this is very usable stuff.
So, quick funny story about the Mexico border. Me and my girl went to Tijuana. We were crossing over to Tijuana a couple months ago when I was coming. I told you I was going to Mexico, get my teeth done. We were moving our Christmas stuff from our house into our storage unit. I had a giant Santa back there and just a whole bunch of random stuff that we hadn't taken to storage yet.
Yeah.
We're crossing over into Mexico. The Mexican border patrol, they don't speak English,
Right.
surprisingly. I thought, they would, but they don't. As you're cruising through, they pretty much let everybody go through. They pulled me to the side and they popped the trunk. And they're like, Santa Claus? And they searched the car because it was super sketchy that we had like Santa stuff in June.
They thought you had Santa stuff with the good stuff.
They thought there was cocaine in the Santa Claus or something. On the way back into America, one of the the American Border Patrol, he was like, he's like, Christmas in July, huh? Or something like June or July.
Yeah.
But they didn't search us. I was like, dude, we're just trying to we're going to take you to storage. But anyways, it's just funny story.
How many guys have you done this with?
It's just Carson. Oh, I John Aguirre.
Oh, cool.
Too, yeah. So a while ago, I went out, I was in Arizona.
John's awesome.
John Aguirre, oh, I love, yeah.
He's a great guy.
I love John. Super cool guy.
Justin Waltz had a mastermind.
Yeah. Oh, so that's where you met him?
I met John there. I met Mike there. Abel, Temecula.
Yep, the whole crew.
A bunch of guys that I still am very,
really good friends with today. Yeah.
Talk to on the regular.
I love Mike.
Dude,
he
Mike
is
would be
so
fun as hell to do this.
Dude, I asked him. He says he prefers to stay under the radar.
Yeah.
And he just doesn't want, he doesn't want his personal business out there. But he is a funny motherfucker.
Dude, he's hilarious.
Yeah, I talk to him once a month. He hits me up, and every time he's in LA, he's visited LA twice now. We grabbed breakfast every time he was in LA. Yeah, so I've actually hung out with him a couple times. All right, guys, I have my Ray-Bans. You get the Ray-Bans yet?
Those have camera in them too?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, man.
I'm like technically challenged.
I don't know, bro. Your Instagram videos be looking good though. So you're doing something right. All right, guys, let's go see what this is about. Okay, guys, I haven't done this in forever. Whoa! All right, guys, let's see it. All right, yeah! All right, guys, check it out. I mean, I didn't load this load, but our first load with JunkMD. Oh, I miss it.
Good thing is, it's not going anywhere. You can always come back.
Yeah. All right, guys, we're back. For you, probably 2 seconds. For us, it was 15, 20 minutes, and it brought back memories. But
it was glorious.
Yeah, I mean, most people might not find the landfill glorious, but it did bring the sense of 4-year nostalgia back. So you were at 5 trucks. Was it like legit 30 employees, or was it like 15 employees and 15 contractors?
It was like, a lot of day labor guys. But it was so moving would be like JunkMD. Between like May and September, you would be just slammed. And so it was like a lot of, cash out guys at the end of the day.
Yep.
So a lot of temporary labor guys.
Yep.
I was not structured, organized.
Of course,
it was chaos. Dude.
Yeah, and that's how most people start and learn.
Yeah.
Is through chaos.
Yeah. It was always just reactionary.
Yeah.
Which I'm still very reactionary, to be honest with you.
But, probably a little bit more proactive and...
Well, it doesn't help back then. I was, drinking my face off and loads of cocaine, so I wasn't in the best of spirits in the morning.
Trust me, man, I know exactly how it was because I lived in Hollywood. That's all I need to say.
Yeah.
I got out of there fast, though.
Good decision.
Deep, dark hole over in Hollywood. I would like to touch on that a little bit later. We'll see how comfortable you are, but because I have questions about that. But, okay, so from 28 to 38.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming, you were miserable not only with your lifestyle choices, it sounds like, but also just, I think you were miserable in that business.
Yes.
So, what happened?
So, I don't know, 33, 34, I had quit partying. I got put on a lot of weight. The girlfriend that I'd been with broke up with me. This whole, life just was hitting me, and I just realized it was time to make some changes. I quit partying. I've been sober for like a full year. Now I've been sober 4 years, but went sober, hired a personal trainer, and just committed to really changing a lot of stuff. I went hard for about 6 months, still had my moving business, but through that process, and then after that process, I really got into learning about different training modalities. I was doing jiu-jitsu, I was training with kettlebells. I ended up a couple years later opening up a training studio.
Oh, like fitness training?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Wait, you got into fitness training too?
Yeah.
Oh.
I went through some certificates.
Did you get the NASM?
I didn't get that one.
Because that's the only one I'm familiar with.
You know, it was one of those things where I thought like, oh, well, I like it. It changed my life, so everyone else is going to like it. And it wasn't the case. So.
And you still were running your moving company?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wasn't really focused on it because I hated it so much.
Yeah.
You know, things started to go kind of south with it, if that makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
In the training studio, I wasn't making any money with either. So I got myself in a lot of debt at that time. Yeah, I ended up selling my trucks to a guy that used to work for me, and that's how I got out of that business.
Were you able to sell the business, like sell the business, or was it kind of just liquidating?
Yeah, I just liquidated it.
Liquidating.
Yeah.
It was not run properly to where you could do an actual acquisition.
Right.
Damn. So liquidated the trucks.
Liquidated.
Personal training was not the calling for you. It was more of just a personal thing that you like to do, and
Yeah.
give advice to people like me here and there, but not something to do as a career.
Well, I thought at that time like I could make it into a career because I had my own really big transformation.
Already back in your 30s.
Yeah, so I was really amped on helping other people that were struggling, you know? I'd love to talk to people about fasting or training or just getting better as humans, right? And so I legitimately went in with that mindset that I was going to be able to help a bunch of people. What I hadn't learned with the moving business is how to market because I was a contractor for United Van Lines. So although it was my business, they gave you all the work.
You know what? I remember you saying that, but you're saying the whole 10 years?
The whole 10 years, dude.
You were acting as a contractor the whole 10 years, so it's not like you were building up.
I didn't have money.
Brand.
Exactly.
You weren't really
running
branded.
under their brand.
Oh, okay.
And so the negative is that they are keeping all the client lists.
Right.
They're a $10 million a year plus business. Just here where I was a contractor at, they have business coming in from not only all over the country, but all over the world. You're literally hacking and wrapping people that are moving to Japan.
Interesting. Okay.
You know, you have someone that moves from New York and their stuff goes into, there's a big warehouse. And we delivered out and unpack it, but yeah, you're not marketing, you're not doing any of that stuff to acquire clients.
Out of curiosity, real quick, my question is, okay, so you were a contractor for this company. Were you branded as them? Like your trucks had their decals, were your shirts branded as them?
Everything, yeah.
Without diving too deep into this, it sounds like they were trying to find like a legal loophole to avoid paying you guys W-2.
Yeah, well, it is. But that's how a lot of businesses are run like that.
Yeah, where they try to contract your contractor, but they still want you to maintain their image.
Yes.
There's a pretty big gray area probably there.
There is.
Yeah,
like I had on our trucks, like I had my own CalT number. We did have our, it's your equipment.
Exactly. And that's probably how they get away with it.
Right.
It's your equipment, it's your DOT, your CalT, your EIN number, your business bank account, but you're still branding and benefiting the company. And they're getting away with no payroll taxes, they're getting away with no W-2. But yeah, and I just wanted to point that out because
the biggest thing, especially in California, especially for businesses like that, is the workers' comp.
Workers' comp is expensive.
Yeah, so
I learned that the hard way.
Yeah, you know that.
I learned the hard way.
A business like that that's doing, at the time they were probably doing $5 million a year revenue. If they were all company employees, their workers' comp would have been out of control. So they hire subcontractors, and you are responsible for all of that.
Yeah.
So if someone gets hurt on a job that you're doing, you're liable for that.
Yeah.
If you run over the mailbox, you're liable for that. They take all the liability out of it for them.
Yep, I see. Yeah,
and it's beneficial because it's low barrier to entry business to get into.
Yeah, it's like you get free leads.
Right.
You kind of.
It's ongoing business.
Yeah.
And it was a very quick, $500,000 a year business.
It makes me think of these new go load up and get dimension, all these new junk removal, and they just send it off to other contractors, and they want you to represent them, but in reality, we're giving them our business card. Turn your life around, or made a fitness change, miserable with your company, liquidated everything, from the earlier conversation, it sounds like did you discover the junk removal webinar TV ad after you've already liquidated, or got rid of it?
No, I was still had the movie. So I had the movie business, and I had the little personal training studio, and I don't even know how I came upon it, you know, but I think maybe just seeing their trucks or something. I don't really remember, but yeah, I came upon the webinar.
And that was like an infomercial on TV or some shit?
It's basically like you called in. It wasn't even on the computer. You called in and you listened to, I think it was probably a recording.
Oh, so it was like a webinar on the phone?
Yes.
No, like, visual presentation?
Dude, this was like a long time ago,
we're talking 13 years ago, right?
Longer than that.
Wow.
And, you know, I've done a little research, found out that San Diego wasn't available, but Santa Barbara at the time was. And my dad lives outside of Santa Barbara.
Oh, shit.
And I had called, he's not an entrepreneur though at all. And I had called him and was like, hey man, like we should go into this, we should, you know, but it was a hefty investment.
Do you remember how much it was at the time?
I want to say it was like 80, 90K.
Does that include financing the truck?
It doesn't, yeah, it didn't include the truck.
Wow, so that's 80, 90 to buy in and get their operations and get the way they do things.
Yeah, but if you think about it at the time, getting on the floor level of a franchise, 1-800 in Santa Barbara.
Had you had that franchise, I mean, it would be worth some money today.
Yeah.
It would be worth a good amount of money.
Yeah. Yeah, I was honestly, dude, I'm not a system guy at all. So that probably would have been like a really smart move to learn. But anyways, it didn't go down like that. He didn't want anything to do with it. I didn't want to move up there, and I didn't have all the money. I didn't have that much capital. Yeah. To do it anyways.
What happens next?
So what happens next is I had a buddy and we were hanging out. I was telling him, so because of that webinar, I was like, oh, maybe I'll start a junk business. You know, I went through the process. I got the fictitious business name, the whole deal, and I was going to call it Junk Dogs.
Junk Dogs?
JWGS. Because, you know, I always have dogs. And stuff Dog guy. We're hanging out and I'm telling him, and I'm like, yeah, the guy that I used to work with at the movie business, we were going to go into it as partners. And I'm having beers with Scotty, because now I was back in, not crazy partying, but I wasn't sober. Yeah, having beers. He's like, oh, dude, my buddy Rob has this business. He's looking to get rid of it. It's just been sitting there for like a year. And he had a dump truck that he had bought a stake bed, and then had welders like weld these big like steel walls out. Big truck. And he's got a website, but he's like, he just let it die. He's looking to sell the truck, and it was JunkMD. And so he's like, I'll introduce you. I meet with Rob, super cool guy. He's like 6'4", covered in tattoos, dude. He used to be, remember Tony Hawk Huck Jam? It was like a traveling tour of like skaters. Yeah. BMX bikers. He was the MC. One of the craziest dudes I ever met. Serial entrepreneur. He's got a very successful business now.
Wait, we're not talking about Rob Deerdeck, are we?
No.
Okay.
But he's like a personality like that.
Okay, yeah. Very loud out there.
Very loud, outgoing. Okay. And we met and we hit it off. He's like, yeah, I'll sell you the dump truck and the website. He's like, and so I bought it from him with the money that I got from the selling the trucks. And literally opened the door, bro. He hadn't been in the truck in like years. So this cobwebs and shit.
So this guy just happened to
he started a junk removal business because he was gonna he's a serial entrepreneur.
Wow.
And he wanted
That's
to
serendipitous.
Yeah. He wanted to. His idea was at first was to franchise, but again, serial entrepreneurs, as you know, have their hands in
all over the place. So
things.
we're talking when you started 13, 14 years ago?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so anyways, I got in the truck, brought the truck home. I lived in the beach town, Pacific Beach. Didn't know what the fuck I was doing. No idea.
So you bought it because you heard the webinar.
I was like,
and you were sold.
I'm going to start a junk removal business. I'm a mover. I know how to move furniture.
And was the first thing that you thought is like, this is going to be better and easier than moving, of course.
Yes.
Okay.
And the gym had died. I let the lease ran out. I was living by myself in Pacific Beach, a little beach cottage that sold the moving trucks. and was like ready to like, you know, I needed to make money, dude.
Yeah.
And anyways, I just started the business, and then Rob was like, he turned me on to his buddy who helped set up Google Ads. We were running, like, that's how we were acquiring.
Google Ads 13 years ago?
Yeah. We were,
Bro, it must have been amazing.
No, because the guy just set it up and then was like, okay, like, you handle it, and I didn't know what I was doing.
Oh, so they probably didn't know how to set it up. Get shitty ass clicks.
So I was like losing money.
Oh man, it hurts my soul hearing that.
But the truck had, you know, JunkMD on it, and I parked it on a main road, and I was starting to get a lot of calls from people that would just see the truck.
Did it say JunkMD, like junk removal?
Yeah, JunkMD, junk removal with the phone number.
Okay. Was it his phone number, or did you put your new phone number on, or did you like take over his phone number too?
Yeah, I took over the phone number.
Okay, so wow, okay.
Yeah.
So
everything just came to me.
Okay.
Literally was sitting parked so they started another business that now today is like a $10 million a year plus business. And what they do is they go into casinos and hotels from like the ground up. They design everything. So what the uniforms are going to be, how the casino is going to be laid out, how the hotel is going to be laid out, the menu design, all of it, right? So he had an office building in La Jolla, and the truck was literally sitting on a side street. Like, that's one thing I wish back in the day I would have filmed that, getting into it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, literally cobwebs and shit everywhere.
Yeah, that would be epic footage. You got to ask, man, if you don't want this number shared, otherwise, cool. How much did you buy the whole business, including the truck? How much did that cost?
$40K.
I mean, sounds like a good deal. Or was it do you think it was a bad deal at the time?
I didn't really have the money. So, but I was just like, oh, I'm I'm kind of like one of these people like, oh, fuck it, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
It was probably too much.
Little overpriced.
Overpriced for what I got, but I did get the truck. The truck ran.
Yep.
And it ran for 5 years.
You had the website, right?
Right.
Did he have a Google My Business at the time too?
I don't remember. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know who that was. 13, 14 with local.
Well, we had a website, and we had the truck. That alone drove a little traffic. And so it wasn't like I just started from the ground up with not one lead. Like, I would get calls like, hey, I'm a friend of Rob's. He said you own JunkMD now. Oh,
so you did get some calls just from him being in business for however long he was.
Exactly. Which I think was a couple years maybe.
Nice.
So like not really doing much with it.
So you bought a startup and you scaled it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome.
And so at the time, I didn't have any employees, and I would work like 3 to 4 days a week.
And was it just you?
Just me. I had buddies that I used to that had worked for me in the moving business, that if I actually booked a decent sized job, I could.
Oh, you had probably tons of people you could hit up.
A network of labor guys. I'd be like, hey, I got a job tomorrow. You want to work? Yeah. Throw them $100 or whatever.
Yeah.
But a lot of it, dude, I did a lot of worked for a lot of contractors. So it's like, pilot demo in the garage.
So
pilot demo in the driveway type thing.
So what would you say was your main method when you first started 13 years ago? What would you say, like, how did you survive? Was it because of just driving the truck that's branded, or or is it because of your network already?
Well, I think here's a couple things. First off, my overhead was really low.
Truck was paid off.
Paid off, right? Yeah. My overhead was really low. Most of my business came within like 3 to 4 miles of where I lived at the time. I'm good with people.
Yeah.
And in fact, how a lot of people, the YouTuber guys are like, oh, junk removal is still a relatively new business.
Mm-hmm.
Back then, hardly anyone knew what junk removal is. So when you actually did a job for a residential customer, they were like, oh my God, this is awesome.
And they tell everybody. And they would tell people more often.
I had business cards, and I would hand off my business cards, Yeah, so anyways, it just kind of grew organically, dude. Honestly, that it really grew organically. And I didn't need a lot of money at the time. My rent was like, I don't know, under $2,000.
Mm-hmm.
I lived by myself, no family. I had me and my 2 dogs. If I picked up furniture, I flipped it. Mm-hmm. Just a good month at the time was like $8K.
Yeah, I mean, for a single dude, rent's under $2K. I mean, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
So,
and it's like back then was different, bro. Everything's so crazy expensive now,
I don't know when you decided to get commercial insurance, but chill out, guys.
I mean, I didn't have that.
Yeah. when you first got commercial insurance,
Yeah.
I assume eventually you like got commercial insurance on the dump truck. Was it a lot cheaper back then too?
A lot cheaper.
I mean, because it's ridiculous now.
Well, now it's ridiculous, and now it's really hard. Like, it's a bad situation because if you get in an accident or you have to use
Yeah,
your insurance, you risk getting dropped.
yeah.
And if you get dropped,
And it's almost like they'll drop you, not even just raise the rates on you. You're saying like drop you.
yeah, they'll drop you.
Yeah.
I think I gotta like pull.
Yeah. Figure this out. Hey guys, we'll take a break anyways. So, okay, so I'm gonna go to Autopilot, right?
Yep.
Something I wanted to show you. I don't know if House Call Pro has this on the mobile app. So, if I go to my map, you'll see our route for the day. So, if you had 10 jobs on the schedule, you could. Yep. So you'd see this truck's route in a different color line. You'd see this truck's route in a different color line.
Oh, that's cool.
So look, then you could see the routes. So here, I'll just pinch around just like a normal map. You don't have that in House Call Pro, right?
No.
So you would see your crew's routes for the day. So if you had one truck that's doing this route and this truck doing this route. So it's just a nice little high-level overview that you would think is common sense to have. And then, you know, like, we only have 2 jobs. That's why you only see those 2 jobs. But you would see, if you had 15 jobs, it'd all be on the map. So, just something I want to show you really quick. So, guys, I can't mention the company, obviously, or the dude's name, because he said. That will be the biggest junk removal job, I think, in human history if you land that. When we entered the first room, I was like, oh, I made so much money on those same exact shelving units, those orange ones. I scrapped all of those, same identical, and I've seen those in so many warehouses. When you asked how do you get rid of these, so what I did, and you might know a lot of guys too, but I Googled heavy duty removal, and I just found these 2 brothers who specialize, and I subcontracted, worked with them.
Yeah.
We rented a 40,000 pound forklift, which is like $500 a day.
Yeah.
And he would lift up those 10,000 pound machines and put them on the back of a lowboy.
Yeah.
And then he would go scrap them and make all the money. But anyways, I was like, oh my God, you can get rid of all this with just a forklift.
So the low boy wasn't charging you. He was making his money off the scrap.
I paid him 15 grand to get rid of all that stuff, just as much as he had in there. So I was like, what a killer deal. But then he made like another 15 grand scrapping. Watch my video how we got rid of all of it. It was really, dude.
I did watch that video.
What's your biggest job you've ever had?
The biggest job we ever did was like a 40K job.
If you have any questions like regarding heavy machinery stuff, like how I did it, just, you know, I'd love to.
Yeah, no, for sure.
But dude, let me say what I think it would cost, because you're gonna make tons of money scrapping all that. So many metal racks, 40 grand at tops that you can get some guy to get rid of all that and handle that whole thing, and then you get your crew to do all the little shit, all the plastic parts, breaking down the racks. You could price that out yourself. Like, how many loads do you think that'll be? So let's switch gears real quick. Back to where we left off. You bought JunkMD, and it sounds like you just kind of grew it naturally just by networking, talking to people, driving around, and parking the truck, and it just kind of seemed to grow naturally.
Well, I mean, like, in all transparency, the first 5 years, it wasn't, like, I didn't make much money. I had a nice lifestyle for a single guy by the beach.
Just getting by.
Made 5-6K a month that I put in my pocket.
Yeah, you didn't owe much in taxes.
Right.
You know, we'll just leave it at that.
Right. And I didn't have much overhead. So to me, if I was working 4 to 6 hours a day, mostly by myself, and then when I would do furniture jobs, if it was, I could flip a pretty good percentage of it. It was all cash in my pocket. I was so burnt out by the moving business, bro. I didn't want employees.
Right.
I didn't want, like, the stress. I was surfing a lot.
You're a surfer?
Yeah, I mean, not a good one. But at that time, I would get good because I would go, have times in my life where I'd go a lot. Like, that was my lifestyle, dude. Like, surfing, bringing my dogs to the beach. So for me, it was like such a nice relief because I went from chaotic stress, dealing with so many problems all the time.
Right.
Like, I was burnt, man. I was burnt.
Yeah.
You know? And it was really nice. And I would go and, like, put my earphones in and work hard for,
a few hours and
doing honestly, the majority would probably 50-60% was working for contractors.
really.
Yeah.
So
Is not the best work, but that's who was calling me at the time.
yeah, and it's just like there are perks to that. It's like you don't have to deal with the client.
Yeah.
You just kind of go in, get out.
Well, at the time, it was like, we don't do that much contractor work anymore. We do a lot of furniture pickup, a lot of furniture removal, stuff like that. But it's like back then, I feel like San Diego at that time also, there was more money in the economy, and so people were like renovating more often.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? I would get some furniture jobs and some house cleanouts once in a while. And then as I met more realtors and more, a couple property management companies, it started to kind of grow like that organically.
So it's the first few years, 5 years, it kind of cruising by, just cruising, just happy that you weren't dealing with the chaos of the moving stuff.
It was a night, like I think back to it, it was actually like a really pretty nice time in my life, man.
Now it's back to complex.
It is more complex.
We got Google Ads, we got GBP, we got workers' compensation, we got employees.
And I wasn't really in the frame of mind that I wanted to grow a big business. Then I met Clementia, we started dating. And then it was like, okay, well, we're like taking our relationship to the next level. She was kind of like, I think you actually got something here.
In those 5 years, have you created a Google business profile yet? Were you still just kind of...
Yeah, I think
you did at least have... Okay,
yeah.
You did at least have your GBP.
Yeah.
GBP, Google business profile.
Yeah. And I had actually done a couple YouTube videos, and I think I was being more active on Facebook back then. I wasn't on Instagram at all. But yeah, and then I met her, and then we started dating and started getting more serious. She was just kind of like, we got something here. And she actually turned me on to House Call Pro.
No way.
Because she had hired a carpet cleaner, and the carpet cleaner ran everything off House Call Pro. And she's like, what are you using? And she's like, my boyfriend is like so unorganized. He writes everything on sticky notes.
How long you been on House Call Pro?
For like 7, 8 years.
7, 8 years. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough switch when you're ready to make the switch.
It is. I mean, it is because we have everything on there.
And here's the thing, guys, obviously, I'm all about, hey, use Autopilot. He's an investor in Autopilot. He's a friend of mine now, I'd like to say. We've known each other for a few years. He's been in business for using House Call Pro for 7, 8 years. So, it's going to take time, and I want him to, switch over to Autopilot when it's ready, and he's ready for it because, it's almost a decade. But we will get him to switch. We will get him to switch eventually.
And then we ran our first ad on Indeed, and we started actually hiring a crew and a team.
Yep.
The old JunkMD truck, it ended up dying.
The OG one?
The OG one. So I probably had that truck for 5, 6 years.
Okay, so you made your money back.
Yeah. I made my money back, and it was dude, I love that truck. It was something out of Mad Max.
Wait, what kind of truck was it? I didn't even ask that.
What's the Hino? It's an H.
Oh.
The H. It was huge too. And
bigger than this?
Yeah, bigger than this.
How big?
Longer. It was 20 feet.
Wait, what?
Yeah, and I was charging $500 to fill it up.
Oh, what's the length of this one?
It's a 10.
10-footer?
Yeah.
Cool. So it looks like it's a 7.5 or 8 by 10 by 5.
Yeah.
Cool.
So we brought the same size trucks as Aiden Chunk Team.
So
you had a big truck.
Yeah, it was long. 14 feet long, but it wasn't as wide. It was 7.
Okay.
And it wasn't as tall. It wasn't 5 feet. It was 4.
Okay.
So, but the length made up.
Yeah. Yeah. So it ended up dying. I bought a dump trailer.
You still have the dump trailer, or just the truck?
I don't have that one. I do have a dump trailer, but not the one that I originally did. That's a funny story. That one, Betsy and I got engaged, and it was a Sunday. We were at my mom's for an engagement party, and I had the truck and the trailer parked on Marina Boulevard, kind of close to where I was living at the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's just Sunday afternoon, and I get a call, and it's like, hey, is this JunkMD? And I'm like, yeah, this is JunkMD. And he's like, hey, my name's, so-and-so from San Diego PD. Bad news, your dump trailer was rear-ended, and it's burning down.
Burning down too?
Yeah, I got a picture of that too, bro.
Whoa.
So a drunk driver, it was parked on the street, drove right into it. Her car, which was a minivan, lit on fire.
Oh, shit.
She got up and tried to run, and I guess people that were
she was the drunk driver. She was
the drunk driver.
Okay.
Grabbed her. They called the cops. Anyways, it started a fire. I mean, it was on the news. They blocked off the street. So I'm going back and forth with this cop. I asked him 3 times. I'm like, dude, who is this? I thought it was somebody fucking with, a buddy of mine fucking. And then as I'm on the phone, I hear sirens. And I'm like, oh shit. And then one of my neighbors called me. I was like, dude, your trailer is toasted.
Damn.
And
Did you have insurance on that?
I did.
Oh,
I
nice.
did.
Yeah.
So it actually worked out better for me because I got a nicer trailer from, the insurance paid for the nicer trailer.
Yeah.
So anyhow.
Damn. So wait, it was a real quick drunk lady. Did you say in a minivan?
Yeah, in a minivan. No kids were in the car.
Okay, yeah. That's actually what I was like. Damn.
Yeah, she wasn't hurt. No one was hurt. But I mean, it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank
it was
God,
just
right?
kind of
Okay.
like really random thing that happened.
That's-
There was like a sectional couch in the back.
Was your truck connected to it, or was it
Yeah,
just?
but the truck was fine.
Oh, okay. Damn. Okay.
Yeah. So they put it out. The trailer was toasted.
Okay.
So I actually, the next day, because my house at the time was only like 2 blocks away, I was able to drive it to my house, disconnect it, and then the tow truck came and took it.
So you were able to get it out of the shitty situation, state that it was in.
Yeah.
Damn, that's pretty wild. Huh?
Yeah, that was a crazy story. So many crazy little things that have happened. I was running the truck and trailer for a while, and then we decided to buy this dump truck.
Cool.
Flew to Utah, found a great Isuzu dealer who was recommended from Robert Allen, the garbage guy in Arizona.
Oh, he's also speaking the Junk Expo.
Really nice guy. And he was like, because I was reaching out to people like, who are you buying these? He had just bought the truck. And he's like, dude, these guys are awesome. And they were like, I talked to sales guys. There's another learning lesson. If you're in high ticket sales, it's amazing how many people, you're trying to buy at the time. The dump truck was it was less than 70K. It was around 60K. Now they're around 100.
Or pre-COVID.
Yeah, pre-COVID. 2018, 2017, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I tried 3 or 4 in total places, including the place in Utah. And literally, he was so responsive. I sent him an email. Within 15, 20 minutes, he responded back. Within an hour, I was on the phone.
Nice.
The other guys, dude, a couple guys out here called multiple times. One guy never even called me back. The other guy called me a week, 2 weeks later. It's just something that sticks to my mind because I was I'm trying to fucking give you
60 grand.
60 grand in business with possible more business down the road, and you're totally unresponsive.
It boggles my mind.
It's so crazy.
To even this day, when I call businesses, when I'm trying to get hold of business, it's wild.
I think you've done videos on it. People have done videos on it. It's just by answering your phone and having a minimal phone script and being personal to people, it will get you so much more work.
Just having a little pep to your step on the phone, just acting I tell people, if you're naturally, there's a lot of people I talk to that are very calm and monotone like this. I'm like, dude, at least fake it on the phone. Yeah. Sound somewhat interested, but for sure.
Be friendly.
Did you?
Be friendly. Ask a couple of questions.
Did you drive it back from Utah?
Yeah. So it was actually cool. We flew to Utah. We spent a couple days, rented a car. We hung out in different parts of Utah for 3 days, and we picked up the dump truck and we drove it back. Stopped in I don't know, it's a famous national park kind of by the Nevada. I can't remember right now, but it was February or March, so there was no one there. Went into the national park, we hiked. It was really cool. It was a good little. Went some pictures. I got a picture of that too.
We did the same. We picked ours up in Miami, drove it from Miami to LA.
Yeah.
And then are we in that truck now, or are the employees in one of them?
Yeah, we're in this.
So we're in the OG one after the original OG.
Yes.
We're in the new OG.
Just put a new transmission.
Oh gosh. Oh,
11K.
That is the one thing I do not miss about junk removal is equipment.
Yeah.
Equipment.
$600 in tires, yes.
Tires, equipment, tools missing.
Our trucks have been robbed twice, cleaned out for all the tools, all the dollies, because I used to park the trucks on the street out in front of our business park because a lot of people see the trucks and we get calls from it. Now we park in the business park and it's, made everybody bring everything in at the end of the day.
So guys, remember, if you do want to get into junk removal and you want to scale, just remember, there is a cost associated with this great life, okay? It might sound really cool. You just pop your headphones in, take out some trash. When you start scaling, things change. You need reliable equipment for your employees, and then trannies can cost $11. I'm not talking about those kind of trannies. I'm talking about I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
No, but I mean, I think that is the untold story, because we live in a you know, for lack of a better term, a clickbait society where everybody now is on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and it's how to make $1,000 a day, how to make $4,000. And it's great, but at the same time, it's like, man, it's not really, that easy.
It's not really, and it's not the truth either. So right. I'm guilty of doing clickbait. However, actually, I was making $1,000 a day. But when I was making $1,000 a day, we're always talking top line. We're talking gross, right? Like my margins at the time, because I had employees and I was off the truck, I was only making 300 of that was actually going to the company after expenses. But that's actually a perfect segue. We've gone through a lot of your history.
Yeah.
You mentioned clickbait. So I want to talk about clickbait for a minute. YouTubers, Instagrammers, TikTokers.
Yeah.
You're very familiar with my style videos on YouTube. Make $1,000 a day. How to make $5,000 a day with the pickup truck. How to make $10,000 a month with the pickup. Blah, blah, blah. There's a new type of clickbait. Have you seen it?
Yes.
I'm not going to mention any names. And sorry if you guys are these people and you're watching this video. I'm not, you know, we're all to each their own, right? But I'm just saying, it's not $1,000 a day. It's how I made $1,200 in 1 hour.
Yeah.
They took my $1,000 a day.
Yeah. Now it's an hour.
Now it's 1 hour, and I'm like,
well,
oh my.
Also, if you on Instagram too, a lot of the youngsters, and again, dude, these are good content creators.
Yeah, they're great.
It's not like I'm not hating on anybody when I say this stuff.
Yeah.
But I do think that there is some misleading that is happening. And, you know, at the end of the day, if you're making offers to people and people are wanting to buy those offers, good for you. I'm a capitalist. You know?
For sure.
I'm a small business fan. But I also think that there are, you know, downsides to that world and what people are doing now. I think you can learn anything you want on YouTube. There's so much information out there, which is kind of half the problem. You don't need to hire anybody right now to learn how to do any kind of business.
Yep.
Right? But I think what people are looking for is they're looking for community. They're looking for we all need accountability. And so I think that there's a segment of the guys out there, whether they realize it or not, that's actually what they're selling. And it's a weird time we live in that someone can put, you know, a GoPro on their chest and film, put some cool music, and, you know, hey, I made $1,000 in 2 hours, and, you know, go over here and jump in this course. And it's like, and again, I'm not hating on it. I have a hard time wrapping my head around it. Because, like, we're not a 7-figure business. People have hit me up and be like, oh, dude, you should think about coaching this, that. And I'm like, but what am I, like, we're not even $1 million business. Well, how can I coach you?
So,
you know what I'm saying? Which that's my own limited belief system. But it's also like, I only want to hire a coach that's like 10 times ahead of me.
Right.
And I guess if you're at 0 and someone's at 200K, that's legitimate.
So there's so much to unpack here too, because I used to think the same way until I heard a coach. So most people, if you're a $0 business, they can't afford the $10 million a year guy.
Right.
Fuck, they can't even afford the $1 million a year guy. But what they can afford is somebody who's doing $250,000 a year, and they've gone through those 10 years of experience.
Yeah.
And then once you hit $250,000, I'm making arbitrary examples, but then you can afford the $1 million guy.
Right.
When I'm at $1 million, when I started doing $1 million a year, okay, now I can afford the $10 million a year guy. It's not that coaching is bad if you're only doing $250,000 a year. It's how you package what you're selling. Right. And what you said earlier is, are you misleading people? If everybody's your customer, you're by definition a scam. Because not everybody can be your customer. So that's my belief of when it comes to course selling and coaching. And, you know, I have a course. I have a $500, well, it's free now. I don't, ever since Autopilot. But I don't sell it with Lamborghinis and say that you're going to make $1 million like I did. You know, I do say, hey, you can make $10,000 gross per month. I do mention that, but I don't make any promises.
You can't.
And you can't.
If
like you truly put your,
I think we have a difference in like legitimate business coaching and content creators that are really good at content
creating, and they've cracked the code in content. Yeah.
There's so many good like Junk Teens, dude. Their content is
phenomenal.
I look forward to watching it.
It's wild.
Yeah.
By the way, Junk Teens, I love you, Kirk. I talk to Kirk once a month. Really cool guy. He did a video that I wanted to do, but I couldn't have done it the way he did it. He flew to the Philippines to meet his VAs.
Saw that,
and I'm like, that was my idea, but I couldn't go jump off cliffs with the VAs and...
Dude, I want to go work for them.
I know, right? Even you want to...
Like,
I want to go...
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, so that stays.
That stays. Everything else goes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so we can do it for that 247. Yeah.
Sure. I mean, yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, cool. Here we go.
Yeah. Okay. Make your hair.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah. Not as strong as Dave. Hey, you still using the Clover, Dave, or what processor do you use?
I just use the House Call Pro.
Through the phone?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't even have a machine or that you brought? Oh, cool. And we'll also sweep up afterwards as well. Cardboard boxes, man, always so misleading on how much space they take up. Oh, the good old days. Sales technique, guys, that he just does naturally now, but a lot of people don't realize and they mess up on is when you gave the price to him, you sit in silence.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of you would be tempted because he's sitting there thinking about it. The old version of me is you're like, well, you would immediately want to jump in and start filling that dead space, telling people like, you said 247, right? And it was like a good 5-10 seconds. You're just sitting there waiting for him. He's like, oh, okay, let's just get it done. If you speak too soon, sometimes you're tempted to give a discount because you want to fill the awkward space, the awkward silence, and they'll just usually go with it. And if they ask for a discount, go from there. But anyways, yeah, I just...
well, on the interaction I had with him, even though it's like a multi-million-dollar beachfront property, he was already squirrely about the price.
Yeah, I get it. That's other...
Well, I think from what my understanding is that he's got a construction company, and they usually he was going to have their guys just do it themselves. It didn't cost them anything, but the truck had to go on a job. So he would think.
And it sounds like he's trying to get his cars cleaned right now.
Yeah.
Something.
But it's all good. You know, it was an easy job. Space-wise, it was more than actually what I quoted, but I gave $20 off.
We're on our way to the next one?
Yeah.
That was light work, son. Light work,
baby.
So is the next one more difficult? Well, we don't know.
We don't know. Mystery. It's that office kicked out, so we'll see.
Okay.
And we don't have to have it all done today, but we'll go check it out.
We're on the way now, hon. I want to show you so I can film it too, but we're going to McKee, right?
Yep.
So guys, I'll show you. I'm going to click McKee, and I'm going to navigate, and it says Google Maps or Apple Maps. I don't know if this house call give you the option of Google Maps or Apple Maps.
I don't think you have an option in this one, and I think it's out.
It just goes, yeah. Google Maps. What's up? You ain't got that? I hope you guys like this interview so far. If you like the diving deeper and, me doing some jobs with him, also showing Autopilot and just shooting the shit, talking about how he got started. If you have questions, comment down below. Like the video. And if you guys like what you're seeing in general, subscribe. Feed the YouTube algorithm. It lets YouTube know, it lets me know that you guys like the content. So, yeah, we're just going to keep rolling with it, Dave. I'm loving it. I'm getting to know things about you that I never knew, and I think we left off.
We were talking about the youngsters that are content creators that are really good at content.
Yeah, we segued into content and coaching. So, yeah, Dave says, I want to preface, we're not hating on anybody. The world is different now.
It is.
It's just completely,
And it keeps evolving, right?
Yeah.
Like what people are doing now will different in a year to 2 years.
Yeah.
So I respect the game.
Yeah.
And I respect the hustle. And, you know, as much as, like, I guess they're that age group is what they call millennials.
No, I'm a millennial. They're Gen Z.
Gen Z.
They're Gen Z.
Gen Z is, like, hated on about their work ethic. There's some working motherfuckers out there.
They're digital content creator workers.
Yeah.
They crack the short form videos. Like, I have not cracked the code on short form, but
They cracked the code.
yeah.
It's engaging, it's entertaining.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, these dudes are awesome. I mean, Junk Team's by far.
Yeah.
Kirby is so creative, man.
Yeah.
Did you see the one that looks like Wolf of Wall Street?
The daily total for junk team junk removal with 5 trucks down on a random Saturday is 18,200. Let's get this fucking job! I'm not fucking leaving!
Kirk, if you're watching this,
Yeah, you're a stud, dude.
You're killing the game. He's going to be at the Junk Expo.
Right.
He's not. I don't think he's speaking. He's just going to have a booth.
It's cool to see youngsters. They're running legitimate business,
Yeah.
right?
Did
There's
you-
a lot of guys selling stuff, and it's like, I don't know, man. It doesn't resonate.
It doesn't, and I'm right there, and we'll leave it there, right?
Exactly.
We'll leave it at that. So there's people who are honest and truthful, and there's people who aren't. Did you see Junk Teens? Did you see his post? Their first $95,000 week.
Wow.
Obviously gross, like,
Yeah.
you know, they're not saying profit or anything, but still impressive.
5 trucks?
They have 2 locations now, like one in Pennsylvania, one in Massachusetts, one in Pennsylvania, I think. But I know they have like 5 or 6 trucks.
I mean, dude, that kid, he's gonna crush.
He's gonna go far.
Probably gonna have franchises, or, you know, he's a smart young man.
He's a smart guy for sure. So Kirk, come over to Autopilot. I need you guys to talk about. You guys got to sell Autopilot. Get off Jobber, guys.
Well, did anyone ask any questions?
Oh shit! Yeah, let me pull that up.
Right, you have to make this like a monthly series. Just cruise down what's
Dude.
good. We just talk about shit.
Carpool karaoke. You know, junk. I don't know what do we call it? Landfill karaoke.
Yeah.
Let me pull up Facebook.
Junk talk.
Junk talk.
Truck talk.
What was it? Somebody gave me an idea. He's like, Andrew, why don't you call it a junk bus?
Yeah.
You go around
Yeah.
picking up
Bang bus.
junk bus. Yeah. Okay, let's see. We got some questions. He needs to make a school so I can also learn how to get a doctorate. Junk removal. David's the man. You guys should have a pull-up challenge. Oh, that would be, obviously you're going to win, but okay.
Who was that?
How do I get a doctorate in junk removal, John Stromberg?
How to get a doctorate in junk removal? Well, as I am the founding junk doctor.
No, okay, real question number 1. What was one of the biggest mistakes you've made in the game so far?
Not keeping track, and it goes right into Autopilot or anything. It's not keeping a customer list.
How many years in were you that you made that mistake?
5-6 years.
And that's the mistake even for everybody who starts now. Okay, yeah, there was once upon a time, it doesn't make sense. Worky as an alcohol pro is $200 a month. It doesn't make sense. But now with Autopilot at $50 a month, it does make sense to get started from day one.
Yeah.
If there's an affordable solution out there that's not going to break the bank, start tracking immediately. Okay, second question. And by the way, that question was from Matt Vick. Matt Vick, thank you for the question.
Well, and I'll expand on that. It is nurturing that list.
Yes.
Because I think a lot of it's great to acquire customer data, but then if you don't reach out to them ever,
Even if
people
once a
forget
year.
about you.
Yeah,
know?
100%.
They don't, you can have a great experience on the job site, talk to the person for 30 minutes, and give you a 5-star review, and then, you know, let's say they need you a year later.
They're not going to
What's
remember.
that guy again?
Yeah, they're not
What's
going
the
to
name
remember
of that company.
But remind them, hey, they'll be like, oh, yeah, speaking of which, I have some shit in my basement.
Yeah. It happens, dude. We send out like text messages fairly often, and we get a lot of repeat clients.
Yep.
That very thing. Oh yeah,
What
I
are
got
you
this thing.
What are you using to text blast? Chirp?
We're using Chirp.
That's like what, $200 a month? Comes with Autopilot for free.
I remember hearing the pitch, man.
Yeah. So and it's working, bro. Matt Vick just text blasted 1,700 people.
Did he really?
Made like, I think he said at least 10 grand on that one text blast. In like 3 days, he stacked his calendar.
Wow.
And
That's awesome.
he's still getting residual from, you know, people who got the text 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
They might reply a week or two later. You know, residual people coming in. Second question from Gary. How did you approach building the culture of your company? So I guess how are you doing it now? You know?
So as I've evolved as a man and as a trying to actively better myself, I feel like I've definitely become a better leader. And that was hard. Like I think if I reverse back to the moving days, I was a horrible leader, man.
Yeah.
But I also I wasn't the best human.
Yeah.
I lived like a shithead.
Yep.
And it's not easy. It really is one of the more challenging, difficult things that I think that in business or in anything is being a really solid leader.
Yeah.
And I think it starts with you. You know, if you don't like yourself, you're not proud of yourself, how are other men
Yep.
gonna look up to you and want to work for you and want to, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Do the right thing. And so it really starts with you, and then really giving a shit about your people.
Yeah.
Sometimes you'll hear great posts and comments, and the guys are so malicious almost towards their employees.
Yeah.
And it's well, if that's what your attitude is, you're going to draw in people that are like that.
Yeah.
You're like that, right? And so it takes time, but caring about your people, going above and beyond. You know, we do monthly team meeting now. We don't miss it anymore. So whether it's busy or slow, we take the team out to breakfast and we acknowledge people, and then we try to do, which we haven't been great at, is a quarterly outing. So we just took the team out to dinner the other night.
Nice.
And we asked them what they want to do. Sometimes it's hard to get. We don't have a big team, but it's hard to get everybody to agree on a time and what they want to do. So we just said, hey, we're going to go to dinner. And everybody was cool with that. It's minimal time out of their schedule.
Yeah.
It's just showing appreciation.
Did everybody show up?
Everybody showed up.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
And it was nice. You know, it was a good time. So I think those are the main things. And then just really, carrying them, because there are going to be times where you're slow.
Yeah.
Those guys still need to work. So are you invested in them during the slow times?
Yep.
We've had months where we either broke even or lost money.
Yep.
Because we were all right, guys, here's your schedule. You want full-time hours? Well, you're going to have to come in and work for it. We're going to train. We're going to go do door hangers. We're going to wash trucks. We're going to do all that stuff. But we're willing to keep you busy if you're willing to come in and do that kind of stuff.
Yep, I did the same. I didn't have good culture, but I did care about them. But what I did do is I made sure on slow seasons that they washed the trucks, maintained the tools, did inventory, did oil changes, put out yard signs, put out door hangers, and I was willing to take less money that month,
Right.
just to keep them through the winter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they have bills to pay, and Southern California is not cheap to live.
Yep.
So it's
No, it is not cheap out here.
Right.
Let me see if we got any other questions. David is the man. A lot of his compliments. I guess my question for you would be, so we can help people watching this video. They're learning a little bit, of course, about you and all that stuff. But since there's a lot of newcomers now, what is something you give a newcomer coming into this space or into business at all?
Yeah. I mean, I think everything, it's commitment, it's consistency, and I think a lot of guys just need to realize that for most of us, it's a marathon, not a sprint. So I think we live in a society where everything's so fast-paced, we want it now. Most of the time, it doesn't end up like that. For solid results, no matter what you do in life, from my experience, it takes time. It takes consistent effort. And, are there ways to circumvent that if you have money? Definitely. But there's going to be lots of bumps in the road, and you just need to be able to endure those bumps in the road, keep moving forward. It's really about moving forward at all times. Once you stop moving, you're kind of screwed.
Yeah.
But if you go all in on a business, it's like a living entity in my mind.
Yeah.
And you have to care about it. You have to care about your clients. You have to care about your people. And you just need to constantly strive to be better.
It is like a living, breathing entity that you're giving birth to. If you stop taking care of it, you stop taking care of yourself, it will die.
Yeah.
So,
It will.
yeah, for sure.
And dude, it's we live in a society where there's bombarded. Focus is one of the hardest things to do now. I mean, I'm totally guilty of it too. I'll start scrolling and I'm like, shit, that was 45 minutes I just wasted. I could have been doing something. And so just, try to self-regulate yourself, because it's we're all busy.
Yep.
But you can really get caught in a trap of lack of focus is like a
That's a big one.
dream killer. Really,
That's the biggest one right now, for sure, is the how consumed you can get into consumption.
yeah,
Try to be a creator, not a consumer, they say.
for sure.
There's nothing wrong with consuming, but try to create more. Whether your creation is building a business or putting out content for your business or just building something or sharing what you're building, just try to be more of a contributor, a creator, than a consumer. Great advice.
See one thing too, and it's like we're all here to make money. I don't care what anybody says. Like
It's unfortunately the way it is right now.
it's not it's just it's the world we live in.
Yeah.
Right? But with that being said, I think in this particular industry, and I can speak on it, is that realize like you actually are providing like really awesome service. Like I've had people cry and hug me and just say, hey, you guys helped me out so much you don't understand. Because if listen to the people, like they're overwhelmed, man.
Yeah.
And it's like when you remove that stuff and you do like you care about it, do a good job, and you're not just there for all of the money. Like the people will see it and they'll appreciate it. It's easy for us all to get caught up in the money side of it. We all are chasing it. We all want more, me included.
Yeah.
But it's like we're providing something that can be really helpful.
Yeah.
And in times of like really tough situations that people might be going through, death, sickness, or mental health, issues, like that's legitimate, and I think sometimes it's easy to forget that.
It's so wild because you said you've had people like hug you crying. It is the most interesting industry. I don't know how often you have. How often did you have that in your 10 years of moving? I'm sure
not all the time, but definitely
more frequent in junk removal, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I say that to say this: people value a real service, like you said.
Yes.
And take pride in that, because you can make all this money trading shit coins and NFTs, and well, not NFTs anymore, but what value are you actually bringing to the world?
Right.
Like, it's cool to make money. Like, if you're, I'm going on a tangent because one of my friends was like, Andrew, why don't you just day trade or, trade shit coins? It's a real thing that Gen Z does. And I'm like, I want to build something of value. I don't want to be known as the guy who got rich trading fucking.
Well, but most of those guys don't get rich.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very
It's 1%.
Rare.
It's rare, for sure.
A lot of them that do, they lose overnight.
Yep.
I mean, if you're getting rich overnight, like it's really easy to lose it over.
And I want to build something that is respected. Great advice, and I am gonna have more junk questions later. I'm gonna sit down with the nice camera. What is your plan for the rest of the day after this job? Do you have more jobs, or what would you normally do? Let's say we wrapped up. Are you done for the day, or do you just go help the guys the rest of the day?
I mean, if it's busy, yeah. But we're not crazy busy today, so I would check in with the guys. I got to get home and get my dog out.
Cool.
Depends on the day I might work out.
Yeah, I know that you recently. You told me back in your 30s you did a 1 year thing. You got clean for a year, stopped doing partying and the drinking. But it got more serious, I think, recently in the last 4 years.
Yeah.
What switch flipped where you're sober? I don't know if it's a forever thing or if it's going good and this is how I'm going to. What happened?
It's a forever thing. Well, I mean, when I was young, I can look back at it now, and like I had a problem with it. Multiple DUIs, weekends in jail, like
okay, so
blackout. Wake up not knowing what. I was that guy.
Yeah, okay.
Right?
So yeah, you were out there.
Yeah, I was out there. It's easy to think back now, look at it, and like I can reflect and be like, I didn't like the person that I was back then, but that's what I knew, right?
Yep.
And as I got older and just started looking at life differently, I'm really open-minded as far as like just looking at different ways of living. COVID for us, like we were busy as hell.
Even during COVID, you stay busy?
Oh yeah, slammed. But I had it was just, I lost half. I had 3 guys at the time, lost 2 of them, and it was just me and one dude, and I would take one trunk, he would take the other. Because a lot of people were doing like curbside pickup, So anyhow, and if there was a job we needed, 2 guys we would meet. But so I wasn't locked down at all. I was working all the time, like no traffic.
Yeah.
Things are kind of cool for me, right? But anyhow, after COVID, I don't know, I just felt kind of like empty. I got out of a good fitness routine. I was gained weight. I just kind of had like this moment of like, oh man, I'm sick of feeling like this. I don't like the way I look. I don't like the way I feel. I went on a macro, figured out my macros, went back on like a really strict fitness, 5-day a week Yeah. Weightlifting routine, and I got some good results in a short amount of time. And then during that, you know, I'm always looking at different ways to optimize and train, because I like fitness training. I've had past, you know, had a small fitness training studio in the past and stuff. Anyways, started looking at fasting as an option. I joined this program. It was a 5-week program. And each week you did minimal 2-day fast, 48-hour fast, into...
We're talking water fast, right? Like no
water
food,
fast, no food, black coffee or black tea if you want it. So it was a challenge. You wrap up the fast on Tuesday night, but you train the whole time. Like you're not, like a lot of people are like, oh, you
can't work out if you're fat.
Dude, I was training, I was working. So, and I actually found it was a lot easier. It's a lot easier to be active during any kind of fast.
Like I know this too because I had a health and fitness app, but I feel like I'm in hunter mode right now. Like when you eat, you get tired. I have more energy not eating right now, and it's fucking. I haven't ate since last night at 8 p.m. or whatever.
You're gonna get hunger pains, but it's mental because we're so programmed to want to eat. So, anyways, I did this challenge, a 48-hour fast once a week. Then you did OMAD, 1 meal a day till Sunday. And it's Sunday if you wanted to like eat as many times as you want. So I would eat a couple times on Sunday, right? And I went through that challenge, and at the time when I started, I was in pretty good shape, and I lost 11 pounds and was shredded.
In how long?
In 5 weeks.
Month and a week?
Yeah, I mean, like fucking 6-pack abs and the whole deal. 5 weeks it was.
So, okay, after this, you're gonna have to give me that.
I just gave it to you. It's a 48-hour fast, Sunday through Tuesday. So you eat your dinner. Let's say you eat dinner Sunday night. You don't eat dinner again till Tuesday night. No food in between.
That's crazy.
Black coffee, water with electrolytes, right? And then one of the weeks I did a 72-hour fast. That was the challenge of the week. By that third night, by 72 hours, I was like, I'm not really hungry.
That's crazy.
But I ate.
11 pounds.
Kind of structure they call it fast, beast, feast. So you're fasting, you're beasting, which would be working out, and you're feasting. So when you're not limited in your meal.
Right.
And your meal always starts off with a bowl of fruit, because the micronutrients.
This is the refeeding process, like when you get back off your fast?
So anytime you do your meal, your feast, you start with a bowl of, this is Kyle's philosophy that I learned this from, and I like it. You start with a bowl of fruit, because your body now, because you haven't eaten in 24 hours, 48 hours, whatever, is going to absorb those micronutrients. Like it's going to absorb it better than normal because you're clear, right? And then also, I guess that fruit is digested in the small intestines first, which is beneficial to your digestive system. This is what I learned.
Okay.
And I still do this pretty much to this day. I do like a cucumber salad, like I'll chop up a whole cucumber, maybe some cherry tomatoes, and like a bell pepper, and I'll eat that with some lemon and salt, sometimes some hummus. And then your meal, which is like, an animal protein, so let's say a small steak, some rice, maybe some sauteed vegetables. And if you want like a small dessert, some dark chocolate or something. Okay. That's just how I rolled, and I liked it, it worked, and I pretty much have rolled with that since.
For 4 years now?
I'm not doing the 48-hour fast. I don't necessarily want to get that lean. It was tough. That 5 weeks was, and some guys, I think some people, they can do it all year long because it's just their body types are bigger. I'm not that big guy. And so it's like, I'll lose weight pretty easily now. I don't drink alcohol. I don't eat fast food. And so looking at fitness and health more just like a holistic way of living. I'm 52 years old. I want to be able to feel good, to be able to carry, a dresser downstairs. Right. I want to feel good, and I do, man. Now I'm looking at how to optimize my water.
And now you're getting even more technical.
Yeah, I'm like diving deeper. I'm like, what is going to benefit me the most? It doesn't necessarily, to me, the idea of eating 5 or 6 meals a day
sounds insane.
And I've done it before.
Even to me, it sounds insane.
Sounds horrible.
Because I remember some fitness nutritionists keep your metabolism up by doing 5 small meals a day. But anyways, let's continue this conversation after, because I think my girl's waiting for us.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, we got a lot to dive into. Anyways, we'll be back.
I still got it.
All right, guys. So just did my first junk job with Dave here. My
Second, we did the boxes.
Oh, yeah, no. Okay, 2 jobs. I mean, the first job was like nothing, but hey, it is a job. It was work. You know, I did have to do some cardboard boxes, so I did 2 jobs a day.
That last job was a little tough. Just flight of stairs.
Yeah, if there was no stairs, that'd been cake. We'd be done in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Disassemble the tables, walk it all out. Yeah.
It's like less than a quarter load.
Take my word, I wasn't able to show the path, but we had to walk from the office down a couple hallways and then a roundabout staircase. Those are always fun.
Yeah.
I feel good though.
Did good, bro. I was pleasantly surprised. I wasn't sure what to expect. I didn't want you to keel over and have a heart attack.
Okay.
But
Okay. Hey, I'm not. Hey, I may have a little belly, but
you carried everything like a champion, man.
yeah, man. So, I think we left off on the health and fitness. You're talking about. It all started with you getting into this fasting thing by this guy named Kyle.
Yeah.
And you
Panda Man.
Is that what he goes by? The band?
The Panda Man official on
Panda Man official. I have to check that out. I surprisingly, you can't tell by looking at me, but I'm very into health. I care a lot about it. As far as like filtered water that you shower in, as far as not having aluminum in your deodorant, not drinking tap water and trying to I'm very aware of most things. It's just I haven't flipped the switch where I
just don't practice it.
I don't practice what I don't preach it, so hey, yeah. I don't preach it yet, but I do want to practice it. So we'll wrap up the health journey real quick because I know there's probably a lot to talk about there. But you're now 4 years into this health kick journey, and you got to get back. You've inspired a lot of junk people. Abel is on it now, like crazy. By the way, Abel, keep doing it, keep crushing it.
You know, I stopped, bro. I got an infection on my elbow that, like, literally, I couldn't physically do it.
Yeah.
Swelled up. It was painful. Staph infection. It took like a month to heal. But I kind of got burned out on the social media posting. Mm-hmm. And I felt like I was always like looking to see who it was, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I just kind of stopped. I'll start up something again.
Yeah, wait. I didn't even realize that. I try not to like watch too much social media either.
Yeah.
Because you could go down the rabbit hole.
So
you were
caught up?
Dude, you were like on day 600, 500?
Did 600, I think it was either 49 or 50 days in a row.
Man. How the fuck do you do this job? And don't just tell me, okay, maybe it is the answer, mindset. No, that's true. It is.
Let me be honest.
How do you do this? And then force, like, that's the wild thing. I can understand if you weren't doing a physically demanding job.
Well, I'll tell you what, we had a really slow first quarter. So I wasn't on the trucks much.
Okay.
So when I'm not on the trucks much, I will like work out every day.
That's easy. Yeah, that's easy peasy.
And I need it. I feel like I need it.
Yeah.
Now we started getting busy in early May. Now we're getting a little bit, it's tailed down right now. But we went really hard, dude. May, June, July.
Uh-huh.
And we didn't hire this year because of the first quarter being slow. And to be honest with you, I just was like, fucking deal. Like hiring somebody, you know. What that meant was I was working on the trucks 6-7 days a week, and my workout routine fucking away.
But you still worked out, right?
Yeah, but I wasn't nearly as consistent during that 2 months.
Okay.
Now that it's slowing down again, I'm finding consistency again. Now during the pull-ups, I was working out, but even if I worked at like 50 pull-ups broken down in sets, it takes less than 10 minutes. And
so like 10 here, 10 later,
like 10, take
10.
a break, 8, take a break.
So it wasn't always 50 in one session. You would do like 10 here, 10 there, something.
It would be a session, but you're still, it's
breaks.
That doesn't take long.
Yeah.
I'm not doing 50 in a row, you know? You can do it while you're cooking dinner.
Yeah.
Cook, walk over,
there's 10.
Cook back, walk, you know what I mean? I'll tell you what, by posting it every day, it kept me accountable.
Uh-huh.
It was like a habit. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Just like anybody, when work is really slammed, I leave my house at 7 in the morning, get back at 5 or 6, walk my dog, get ready for dinner. It's like 8 o'clock, dude. I'm not going to the gym then.
I know it is mindset, technically, like just forcing yourself. But on those busy days, what did you say to yourself to get yourself like, fuck this, I got to go? Like, how do you get yourself to go work out after you just did something already physically demanding? Because there were days you worked hard, and then still into the gym, right?
For sure.
Even if your gym sessions suck, you still got there.
Yeah. Or I we came to my pad, like I have kettlebells and pull-up rack and stuff.
Oh, you see, I mean, that is a little
Yeah.
to get it home too.
I mean, I know dudes that get up super early. They go to the gym. Well, you were going to the gym early in the morning, and then they do a job like this.
So-
I honestly, that's not like I don't like getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
See, that's me. I found that out about me is I have to work out at 4 or 5 a.m. or it just doesn't happen, at least until I build a routine or something. All right, guys. I've got my microplastics right here.
Yes, a lot of microplastics.
So
I do not.
if you guys like what you're seeing and you guys want another round of me going more in depth about his operations, I didn't get to ask about how you run your operations, what do you do with your employees, what systems do you have, what standard operating procedures, what do you do for marketing, who's running your phones, what's Clemencia do? I mean, that's a whole nother video, guys. So if you actually want another video, I'm more than happy. Just comment down below. Just put JunkMD San Diego and then whatever else you guys want to say. If you guys want a second video of me actually diving into his operations, his systems, his marketing techniques, because really we just went over history and shooting the shit and just chit-chatting.
Yeah,
but
riffing about different things.
So
cool. I like that.
No, I think it was much better because honestly, you're pretty active. Not as much anymore, but you were active in Facebook groups. People know who you are, so I think now they get to actually see where you come from.
Yeah,
a little more about your history because I didn't know your moving history. I didn't know any of that. So much more I want to talk about, but the day is.
We'll go round 2, bro.
Oh my God, it's already. What time did we start?
You got here at 8, and then yeah.
Wait, are we saying 6 hours?
Yeah.
Shit.
6 hours of content.
Now we're gonna get a little more intimate, so to speak. But we met officially. Was it at my event?
That's the first time I met you in person. So
Okay.
we were talking online.
Because you watch all the YouTubers, you know, all junk removal. So you came across my content, and then I saw your content. You just had a few videos at the time, but I did see at the time. I think you had 800 reviews, or 900 or something. And I remember looking at my girl and I was like, "Honey, he's got like 800 reviews." Right. I was freaking out. I was like, "Damn, he must be killing it." And we just started chit-chatting. You've actually introduced me to quite a few people. You introduced me to Mike, Junk Genius, really cool guy. You introduced me to Casey Walsh, who hopefully I'll interview at some point in time. Casey, if you see this video, we need to do the interview.
Casey would be a great interview.
Oh yeah, I mean he's killing it.
Yeah, crushing.
So yeah, we became good friends, and I pitched you to invest in Autopilot. And guys, we're talking a year and a half ago.
It was before the event. We talked about it.
Yeah.
And then I think after the event, we sat down and actually got on a call and you went up a Zoom call, whatever. And you ran me through the whole presentation.
I pitched you and a handful of other investors to invest. Now we've raised a lot of money, but at the time, what I was asking for was a good amount of money, and it still is a sizable investment. And I got you and 20 other people to make the same investment.
Wow!
So add that all up, it was a good amount of money that we raised, and that got the ball rolling. So you and Matt and JoJo, Mike with Junk Genius, you guys are like the first people to actually invest in Autopilot. You invested $5,000. Why did you invest in Andrew Thompson and Autopilot Home Services app?
Well, right off the bat, and everybody talks about, right, you want to do business with people that you like and people that you trust. So we had built up this relationship. And so first impression, just the chatting we had, liked you. When I met you, I liked you. When you pitched, it wasn't a hard pitch. And it was just like, hey, I want to show it to you. Mm-hmm. Would you be interested? And I was like, yeah, I'm interested.
Yeah, I forgot I did the
so you had like a whole PowerPoint, which was well done. But primarily what I liked the most was the community that you had built on YouTube.
Right.
That's not easy. I've messed around with YouTube back in the day a little bit, never committed to it. So I really have a respect for people that are producing content regularly, that's good, solid content, that are, engaging and helping other people. And when I went to your event and there were, I don't know, it seemed a couple hundred people were probably there.
150-ish? Yeah. I was blown away all over the country.
It was a lot of people that had gone from all over. And I was really impressed by that. And that was, in my opinion, all because of consistent YouTube content. Mm-hmm. And so, the way I was thinking about it was, man, this guy's got, I don't know how many subscribers you had at the time, but it was an active page, even when you would go live on social media, Facebook, people would be engaging.
And to me, I don't know, that was just an attractive way of looking at business. Like, if this guy can, you know, get this many people engaged and watching the content, and it's helpful content, which I felt like you were posting and still do post helpful content to people in our niche, you know, and the fact that you had been on, you know, started a business from scratch, done it for a couple of years, jumped into the game. And, you know, it's hard work, man. So there was respect there, too. So I just feel, I was like, after your slide pitch, I was like, yeah, dude, this is, I'm kind of, you know, I'm willing to risk some money if I see a reward at the end of it.
Yep.
You know, and it's like, yeah, $5,000, good amount of money. It's not going to break me if things didn't work out, right? But if it does work out,
an extra $100K won't hurt.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, if we take this to, not if, I mean,
I want $1 million.
I mean,
millions.
So I have one final question for Dave Leddick, and it's a simple one. It's an easy one. We're going to dive way deeper into systems and operations and stuff like that, and a lot more stuff in another video.
Okay.
For the viewers out there, what is the plan with JunkMD, and what's the plan with Dave?
This is something I think about a lot, and I need to gain clarity on that, you know, just to be transparent with you. Clemente is like, what's the plan? Dude, some days I get clarity, I know what the plan is, and other days I have no idea. I'm just like, let's just get through today. Let's work, let's make money. Sometimes, like, it's so easy to get caught up in all this other stuff, right? And it's like, I don't have a family to support, so my life is a little bit easier in that manner, right? I'm very grateful that my business, our business, is profitable, that we have a team that's in place that I like. I'm grateful that we're busy and that I can work every day. And sometimes that is really just the plan. Is like, let's jam out tomorrow. I'm grateful that I live in San Diego and I live by the beach.
I mean, yeah, you can't beat that.
And now I'm healthy, and, you know, my mom lives in town. You know, I have a sister up the road. I have an uncle in town. Like, I have some family here, you know. Yeah. That's probably a weakness, is that I don't have a clear long-term vision. And that vision changes at times. Some days I'm like, let's go all in, dude. Let's get to that. And other days I'm just like, no, I'm happy with a small team and doing our thing, you know. What we talked about earlier, you know, I had 5 trucks and 30 guys at my moving business at one time, and I literally hated my life. And I'm a lot different of a person now. Yeah. So I think that wouldn't be the case here, but
might be a little different if you were to do that again.
And I, you know, if things get tight and slow, I worry about keeping my guys busy more than I worry about my own personal bills. Like, I'm okay, you know. And so it's like sometimes that burden can be a little too stressful. And I really respect the guys that can take that on, you know. But that might not be my journey. If that makes sense.
Oh yeah, you know? And that, I mean, if that's your plan for now, that's your plan. Yeah. I mean, it seems to be working though.
It's working, man. I think we're doing pretty good. You know, it's like we talked about the 7-figure business. Like, I know I've always been the hurdle in getting there. Committing to that and putting the investment in that and growing the business to get it to that next level. And there's days where I want to, that's what I envision, and I want to be a $2 or $3 or $4 or $5 million business. And there's other days I'm like, no, I'm good, man. I you know. Now, if Autopilot goes big, you know,
that's
1,000x, baby.
I mean, I think they're on their way to a $5 billion valuation. Okay. House Call Pro's worth, the last time I checked, at what they raised at $1.2 billion, and I was like, they're a $2 billion company.
Yeah.
$2 billion. That's insane. That's a lot of freaking money. And then Jobber's bigger than them. They're almost a $5 billion company. Service Titan just IPO'd for $9.5 billion.
Wow.
And they're the first field service management company to IPO on the stock market, you know, on the NASDAQ.
Yeah.
So pretty wild stuff.
I didn't realize that Jobber was bigger than House Call Pro.
Yeah, astronomically big.
They're crazy.
Yeah.
They're like going after the young influencer
they're,
demographic.
And it's coincidentally a lot of junk guys right now, right? So I've been wondering, I'm like, do they know what's going on? Are they trying to but nothing's gonna stop me because I have a community and
you don't need to be bigger than Service Titan, right?
I don't need to.
But
I'm shooting to just be in the top 3, top 4. Like Jobber, I think Workies, they're not a $1 billion company yet. They're sitting around $500 million.
Okay.
I'm cool to even get $500 million, but I'm shooting for $1 billion because it's not unheard of. One thing I'll remind you of, there's across the United States, Canada, and Australia, the major places where home services businesses are. 6 million home service businesses, right?
Wow.
6 million.
Yeah.
If you were to take a guess at how many companies of the 6 million, because they serve United States, Canada, and Australia, how many businesses are signed up out of the 6 million? What number, like, would you just throw out? Like,
I mean, I remember you kind of went over this on your slide presentation. I have no idea. I mean,
So-
I was really surprised.
a lot of people, they say a million, 500,000.
Yeah.
Because, you want to throw out a reasonable number. No. 30,000.
That's all of the companies that are using CRMs.
Jobbers, just jobbers.
Jobbers.
So 20,000 are with House Call Pro.
Okay.
So now we have 50,000. 16,000 are with Service Titan. So we're not even.
Just 16,000?
Service Titan serves enterprise clients, so they have a higher ticket sell.
Okay.
What's
What's their average? Like $1,000 or something?
Dude, it's their average ticket. My boy works there. If I remember correctly, their average ticket per customer, or their average contract value, is $100,000 per customer. So you do the math. 16,000 on average times $100,000 a year is $1.6 billion in revenue. So they're doing, I do remember him telling me they're doing over $1 billion in revenue per year from only 16.
But they're like primarily like HVAC.
Enterprise. We're talking like they have hundreds of locations nationwide. So they serve the big daddy companies. Yeah. I do aspire to eventually serve enterprise.
Yeah.
But if I can reach $1 billion company just helping the small guy and the medium guy, I'll take it. We'll IPO, we'll sell for $500 million, $1 billion, $2 billion, $3 billion. I want to solve this problem, and I'm super excited. But yeah, Dave, this has been
a good day, bro.
Yeah, this has been a fun day.
I appreciate it, man.
This is fun. 6 hours just hanging out with you, bro.
Let's see. We got to do it again, dude.
Yeah.
Next time we'll do it again. We'll do the ice bath. We'll do the pull-ups.
Maybe dive deep into the operations a little.
Yeah.
Maybe Clemencia can come along.
Well, and actually next time we're getting a unit over at the back of this park. Mm-hmm. It's gonna have warehouse.
Okay.
Gonna have like you know what I mean? We're gonna dial it more. So it'll be bigger. It'll be a little bit nicer, open and shit like that. So it'll be good.
So, as always,
yes.
You know what? I don't know if you remember. I always say this. As always, guys, I leave you with this. Success is often covered in dirt, but so was gold at one point. Toodles. This product, I know I can truly turn into $1 billion company. The benefits outweigh the cost. And make sure that we have the best software in the world. My software, Autopilot, is finally here. I truly believe we are going to be the best platform. This will be the software of choice in the home service industry.